serve the wind and weather. La 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 la.
Imagine the stars in the sky, the countless constellations, the sprawling solar system, and among it a little planet called Earth. God made all of those things and all the people and inhabitants on our planet. Just over 2,000 years ago, God came to be with us, to show us how life should be lived. It begins with a young woman in her home, Mary. Unless you look a bit deeper, there is nothing particularly remarkable about Mary. She was in a town called Nazareth, and she was engaged to be married to Joseph. But to God, she was very important. So important that God sent an angel with a message for her.
Mary, you're very special. God is with you. You will bring birth to a son. You will call him Jesus. He will be the Son of God.
The angel told Mary that she was very special, and God was with her. But Mary found it hard to understand why the angel had come to see her. She was just an ordinary woman. She wondered what the angel meant by the greeting. Seeing as she was scared, the angel told her not to be afraid. God was very pleased with her. And she would give birth to a son. She would call him Jesus, and he would be called the Son of God. People would call him the Messiah, someone who could teach us to share God's love with the world. The angel departed, leaving Mary excited about the news of a baby. She went and showed Joseph, the man she was to marry, all about it. Joseph didn't understand everything, but later he had a dream, and an angel told Joseph he didn't need to worry. Everything Mary said was God's hope, and that he was chosen to take care of Mary and the baby. But shortly after, the Roman Emperor, Caesar Augustus, who ruled over the land, was always worried about getting money from the people. He decided to count every person in the country so he would know who should pay him. He sent an order everyone, including Mary and Joseph, had to go back to their hometown to be counted.
Everyone has to go back to their hometown to be counted.
When they arrived in Bethlehem, Mary and Joseph knocked on every door in the town, looking for a place to stay. But everywhere was full of people. Each time they were given the same answer. Lots of people had come down to be counted, so the whole town was full. There were so many families who had to find rooms. Joseph desperately asked for help, but the only space he could offer was the stable where he kept all the animals. They thanked him for his generosity, and he stayed somewhere for the baby to be born. So Mary and Joseph went to stay in the stable. It was a very difficult place to bring a new life into the world, dirty and smelly, but Mary and Joseph made the best of it. When the baby was born, they wrapped little Jesus in the clothes they had. They didn't have a bed for him, so they placed him in a manger, a trough they used to feed animals. I'm not sure this is what Mary was expecting. The angel said Jesus would be called Son of the Most High, but as she looked at the sleeping baby in the manger, she knew that he was a precious gift. That same night, in some fields nearby, a group of shepherds were watching over their flocks of sheep. It was nighttime, and they were surprised when an angel appeared. The angel told them not to be afraid. They had good news. The shepherds decided that the best thing was to go to Bethlehem, as the angel said. They wanted to see what had happened, what the Lord had told them. So they hurried off to seek Mary and Joseph, and the baby, which they knew they would find laying in a manger. Mary, who had seen it all happen, kept these things close to her heart. Sometime later, more people came to visit. These three important people, sometimes called kings, sometimes wise men, were magi. Then they saw the bright star ahead of them and followed it until they stopped. The wise men saw the child and they worshipped him. This Christmas, we gather a little differently for worship and celebration, but however we meet, God welcomes anyone and everyone to the place where God's love is with us.